In this video, I will go over 10 things I wish I knew when I started playing Rell. Also in this video, my notes are just keywords and not the whole thing written out. Usually, in all the past videos, I wrote out one-to-one what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna try something different. So let's hope I don't mess up too much. For those who have seen my other videos, there might be some repeats in here, but I still thought it was important to mention them. Alright, let's get into it. Number 1. Rell Crashdown is not an escape. I'm sure everyone who played Rell had to learn this the hard way. Even if you use Crashdown to go over a wall, the fact that you're so slow afterwards is not gonna allow you to get away from any champion. So when someone spots you while you were warding or something like that, don't panic and try to crash down away, because it's just gonna take you even longer if you do so. It's really only gonna help against like non-mobile champions and you jump over a wall. And even then they might catch up by just running around the wall. Rell can easily force fights early on, even level 1. Yes, I've mentioned this a ton, but that's just something I didn't pay attention to when I started playing Rell. I thought Rell is like all the other engaged supporters, like Thresh, or Nautilus, or Leona, who at least need level 2 to get things going. With Thresh, you go for a flash flay into hook. Leona, EQ. But with Rell, on level 1 you have everything that you need. Crashdown is all you need in order to engage. And the shield plus maybe shield bash makes it really hard for enemies to keep up with your damage and tankiness on level 1. Number 3. Q healing actually matters. I've also talked about this in one video before, and I just have to mention it one more time. Q healing really does matter. On the Rell main subreddit, for example, there have been several clips where the Q healing from Rell actually made a huge difference. And please keep in mind that the healing does increase drastically when you hit more than one person. So play around your Q healing, especially in lane, it really matters. Number 4. Rell is as good as disengaging as engaging. Also something I've mentioned several times before, but still something I didn't know about when I started playing Rell. Rell always seemed like the teamfight all-in monster, which she is, yes, but she's also really good at disengaging and reacting to enemy plays, on just being patient in a teamfight and waiting for the right opportunity to get a good combo going can be better than any forced engage you go for. Number 5. Every CC that's not a root or a stun cancels Crashdown. And I really mean everything. We have the obvious ones like Poppy W or knock ups and knockbacks. Yes, the thing can keep me away, that makes a lot of sense in Crashdown. But also things you would not expect do cancel Crashdown. Stuff like a Fiddlestick Sphere with his passive from the E, or an Ari Charm. Or even the Galio Taunt does indeed cancel it. So when enemies have spell like that, keep those in mind and play around them. Crashdown really is one of the easiest abilities to cancel in the entire game. Number 6. Rells E is a combo spell and is not really that useful when used alone. I always go on tangents about how I love the WE combo because it makes it so much easier to hit the Crashdown. And I still stand to it. I think E is best used when comboed with other abilities. Yes, sometimes you have the case where you have a Rengar and all you need to do is press E when he jumps on someone in order to confirm the kill for him, but in most cases it's not that simple. Using E with Crashdown or even right after Magnetstorm just to keep them inside the ulti a little bit longer is just the way you should use the spell. Number 7. Only the first instance of Magnetstorm can interrupt and cancel enemy abilities. When I started playing Rell, I thought I just activate it and then over the whole duration it does the same thing. But then I had to learn that at the beginning everyone gets knocked in your direction a bit and then they just get dragged to you afterwards. And only the initial knock to you can cancel abilities like a Master Yi Meditate, a Katarina ult, or even a Tristana jump. So activate Magnetstorm with thought behind it. Staying on the topic of Magnetstorm, we have number 8. Enemies can just simply run out of Magnetstorm. They don't even need a mobility spell for it, they can just run out of it. And I think that's completely fine, because otherwise the ult would be way too strong. So when playing Rell, don't ult the enemies without any follow-up and expect them to stick right at you, because they won't. They will just run out and get the hell out of there. Number 8. Mount up is in many cases a better engage than Crashdown, especially in lane. Yes, when I started playing Rell, I thought, oh, Crashdown is this great engage ability and I always have to go for Crashdown because I get the shield, then I can tank more, and it's always gonna be a better result than using mount up. But the sheer fact that mount up is so much easier to use, has way less counterplay for the enemy, makes it just so much better than Crashdown in most situations at least. Especially when you combo mount up with your flash, there is really not much the enemy can do. So don't only go for Crashdown engages, also use the mount up flip at least once in a while. And finally, number 10. Rell is actually a really strong champion. Since Rell's release, she has been very unpopular, and there were a lot of comparisons to champions like Leona, and that she was just the worst Leona. And on the surface, yes, it really seems like it. Leona is very easy, her CC is easier to apply, and her stun duration is also longer. So why would I take the time to learn a new champion if the champion I already am able to play does the same things, just better? And that also impacted how I played Rell back in the days when I started playing her. I thought she was just a character to be there, and I was sure that it wouldn't be worth it to invest too much time into her. But the more I played her, the more I could see the difference between these two champions. But Leona has more a single target focused kit. You try to lock down an enemy and get maybe a pick, and there is where Rell shines, because Rell can do the exact same thing if she wishes to do so. But also Rell has the options to go for team fights and get multiple people in her combo. So Rell has way more versatility and there's way more you can do with her. And especially now when her win rate is very high at like 55% almost in every elo. At least more people start to realize that Rell is a really strong champion. Alright, that's 10 things I wish I knew when I started out playing Rell. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.